Hey everybody, this is Keeve once again, and we are going to be playing It Moves today. This is another RPGMaker horror game that I found that had really good ratings, and I've heard people talk about it before, so let's get into it. Left bar, center bar is hardly visible. Looks good. Bedtime. Bedtime is supposed to be a happy event for tired children. I really hope that didn't pick up. Angry fridge. It's supposed to be a happy event for a tired child. For me, it was terrifying. While some children might complain about being put to bed before they're finished watching a film or playing their favorite video game, when I was a child, nighttime was something to truly fear. Somewhere in the back of my mind, it still is. I really need to read what I'm reading. This is me. Oh, I can control it. Okay. It's interesting. Sprites. It's a wolf. Oh. I cannot prove that what happened to me was objectively real, but I swear that what I experienced was genuine horror. A fear which, in my life, I'm glad to say, has never been equaled. I will relate to you all now as best I can, make of it what we will. Sounds like the beginning of a freaking Stephen King novel. But I'll be glad to just get this off my chest. Might have knocked the microphone a little bit there. I'm trying to drink my coffee. This is my brother's room. He told me yesterday to keep out of the room that we had both shared until then. Well, your brother sounds like kind of a dick. This is my father. He just stands there in the hallway for no reason and looks creepy. That's it. That's all you get. Just, this is my father and he's standing in the hallway. Cool. I can't remember exactly when it started, but my apprehension towards falling asleep seemed to correspond with me being moved into my room of my own. It's nice to see your mom has the same poster that you do. This is my mother. She also just stands in the middle of rooms and doesn't do anything. Your family's creepy, kid. I was 8 years old at the time, and until then I had shared a room quite happily with my older brother. As was perfectly understandable for a boy 5 years my senior, my brother eventually wished for a room of his own, and as a result, I was given the room at the back of the house. As my brother was given a new bed, I was given the bunk beds we had used to share. While I was upset about sleeping on my own, I was excited at the thought of being able to sleep on the top bunk, which seemed far more adventurous to me. Kid, you seem kind of boring. I know, I can kind of understand that. When I was little, I shared a room with my sister. We had bunk beds. Bedtime. Already? Yes, adults need their sleep, you see. You'll be sleeping alone for the first time. You excited? Yes, Mom. Everybody has the same voice, I don't care. Alright, I'm turning off the lights. Good night. Good night. Oh. That's immediately ominous. Super. Sure, let's save. Oh, where the hell am I? What is this thing? It's weird. What the hell is that? I guess I'm gonna go into the creepy house. Okay, why is the entrance a skull? What is this? A pot and some ragged cloth. Kid, you don't want to eat whatever's in there. Oh, Jesus, that's moving. Ugh! Great. Ugh! That noise it makes is awful. I don't really want to go down there, but I don't think I have anywhere else to go. Ugh. I don't like that I just heard that thing's noise. That's probably not good. Oh, God. Where did I stand on? Okay. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. There's nothing there. Ugh. I don't like any of that. Jesus. What is that thing? Why is it screaming? Oh no. Oh God, it's behind me. Go faster, kid. Come on. Ooh. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Ugh. Mom, I had a bad dream. Mom. Sweetie, what's wrong? I had a bad dream. Aw, it's too bad, sweetie. I'll be up in a minute and we can eat breakfast together. Alright, hurry up. Go change your clothes and I'll be right there. Your mom's pretty understanding, considering. And so another day started. It was a day of little importance to our story. I won't bother you with the details. One thing I remember is that even though I played with friends like I always did, I somehow still felt lonely. I didn't enter my new room until later that night. It was time to go to sleep again. It's nice that there's just like an arrow now. I don't like that that thing from the dream said that it was under my bed. Wonder if that will become important later. These title cards are like wicked creepy just for text. It's pretty good. That noise is awful. Okay. Alright then. So this is what it meant. No. What's up with the smiley faces? Oh. I gotta start over again. Top one and the bottom one. It's interesting that little puzzles. What's going on here? Anacore. Okay. Where am I? Weird. Very weird. This game certainly has a lot of atmosphere. I will give it that. Why would the flashing faces? Oh, I got faster too. That's weird. Air is stuffy. Is the screen getting darker? I think the screen's getting... What the hell was that? I don't know where all the... Oh god. That thing's following me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm not sure where to go, guys. Not seeing any more switches. Oh, there's another one of those little red guys. Music's certainly getting creepier. What is going on with the... Oh, Jesus. That's a face. That face is still on the screen. Christ. Oh, God. I don't... No. No. What the hell is this? I don't really know where I'm supposed to be going. That face is giving me the heebie-jeebies because I keep looking at it. Oh, God. Oh, man. Where do I go? Stop looking at me. Is there even a way out? Oh man. Maybe I have to follow the shadow creatures. Oh. Okay. Great. Super. Ugh. Ugh. When you awaken from a deep sleep to something moving or stirring, it can take a few moments for you to truly understand what is happening. The fog of sleep hangs over your eyes and ears, even when lucid. What is that noise? Something was moving. There was no doubt about that. At first I wasn't sure what it was. Everything was dark, almost pitch black, but there was enough light creeping in from the outside to outline that room. Two thoughts appeared in my mind almost simultaneously. The first was that my parents were in bed because the rest of the house lay both in darkness and in silence. The second thought turned to the noise which had obviously woken me. You mean like... Oh, it was the bed. That was it. Bed sheets rustling in the dark and someone breathing. As if some disturbed sleeper was attempting to get all too comfortable in the bottom bunk. I lay there in disbelief, thinking that the noise was either my imagination, or perhaps just my pet cat finding somewhere comfortable for the night. It was then that I noticed my door, shut as it had been, as I'd fallen asleep. Some of this is worded kind of weird. Perhaps my mom had checked in on me, and the cat had sneaked in my room then. Trust me, kid, if your cat came into your room at night, you'd probably know it. They're kind of assholes about that. As my cat throws me a dirty look. As I moved, the rustling noise from underneath me ceased. I thought that I must have disturbed my cat, but I quickly realized the visitor in the bottom bunk was much less mundane than my pet trying to sleep, and much more sinister. As if alerted to and disgruntled by my presence, the disturbed sleeper began to toss and turn violently, like a child having a tantrum in their bed. I could hear the sheets twist and turn with increasing ferocity. Maybe he just doesn't like your comforter. Fear then gripped me, not like the subtle sense of unease I had experienced earlier, but now potent and terrifying. My heart raced as my eyes panicked, scanning the almost impenetrable darkness. I let out a cry. As most young boys do, I instinctively shouted for my mother. I could hear something stir on the other side of the house, but as I began to breathe a sigh of relief that my parents were coming to save me, the bunk bed started to shake violently as if gripped by an earthquake, scraping against the wall. Jesus. I could hear the sheets below me thrashing around as if tormented by malice. I did not want to jump down to safety for fear that the thing in the bottom bunk would reach out and grab me, pulling me into darkness. So I stayed there, white knuckles clenching my own blanket like a shroud of protection. Some of this is a little bit overwrought. The wait seemed like an eternity. What's wrong? Did you have a bad dream? I cried and my mother consoled me. Tears of fear, followed by relief, streamed down my face. Yet, through all of the horror and relief, I did not tell her why I was so upset. Why, kid? I cannot explain it, but it was as though whatever had been in my bunk would return if I even so much as spoke of it. Whether that was the truth, I do not know, but as a child I felt as if the unseen menace remained close, listening. My mother laid in the empty bunk, promising to stay there until morning. I remember the next day wanting to go anywhere, be anywhere, but in that suffocating room. It was a Saturday and I played outside, quite happily with my friends. And although our house was not large, we were lucky to have a long sloping garden in the back. We played there often, as much of it was overgrown and we could hide in the bushes. Climb in the huge sycamore tree which towered above all else, and easily imagine ourselves in the throes of a grand adventure. I don't think that's the right one. As fun as it all was, occasionally my eye would turn to the small window in my room. Ordinary, slight, and innocuous. But for me, that thin boundary was a looking glass into a strange cold pocket of dread. Outside, the lush green surroundings of our garden filled with smiling faces of my friend. I need to take a drink, sorry guys. Inside, the feeling of something in that room watching me play, waiting for the night when I would be alone, eagerly filled with hate. It may sound strange to you, but by the time my parents ushered me back into that room for the night, I said nothing. Kid, you need to say something. I didn't protest. I didn't even make an excuse as to why I couldn't sleep there. I still felt that that thing would be enraged if I so much as spoke of it. Another night came. I thought you were going somewhere with that. Alright guys, gonna go a little bit longer, make this a little bit of a longer opening, I think. Banner on a long pole, it's too old and torn to make out the details. That thing's creepy. I don't like that. That's awful. Oh, I can sprint. Good, it has eyes. Wonderful. Super good. And it's getting more incensed. Okay, wow. I don't like that. Oh, God. No. No. Great. Wonderful. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop it here. So far this looks like a really cool game. The writing for the narrative bits is a little bit stilted, but I don't know, it makes up for it with these little puzzle parts and the dreams. They're really good. But thanks everybody for joining me. We'll be back next week with another episode of this probably, and I will see you then. Bye bye.